Yes, sir. Your voice is audible,
Okay.
sir. You can start, sir.
Okay.
Please.
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். First of all, I thank the management of the Sairam Institute of Technology, principal, then HOD of Mechanical Engineering, and other staff members who are involved in this program and invited me for giving me an opportunity to learn the online technology as well as to deliver some of the things which I know about online teaching to all of you. Of course, the title of this topic is given us an innovative approach to faculty in e-learning. Of course, even though the engineering teachers are knowing about e-learning from the last 2 or 3 years, of course, this has started very long time back. Okay. That is in Anna University, they had a program called as EduSat. So more than 20 years back, which was started, and it was actually lectures were delivered through the online mode to different colleges 20 years back itself. Now, of course, before actually starting this one, I will be discussing something which is relevant to all the teachers. Okay. Please, next slide. Next slide. Next slide, please. Hello.
Sir, screen is visible.
Next slide.
One second, sir. The screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Next slide or this slide, sir?
Are you able to hear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, this slide or next slide, sir?
Hello.
Sir, your voice is audible, sir. Clearly, the voice is clear.
Are you able to hear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. Your voice is
Okay,
audible,
next
sir.
slide. Next slide. Of course, which is not properly given, but you can show that the next slide. I'm able to see the slide.
May I know, sir? The slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Teaching, learning, classroom teaching, online teaching. That slide is visible.
Presentation outline. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, the screen is visible, sir. Visible to you, sir.
Hello.
Sundareshan, sir. The screen is
சொல்லுங்க.
visible. Sir, presentation outline screen la idula irukku sir, slide la irukku sir. சார் கேக்குதுங்களா சார்? சார்
ஹலோ.
சார் பிரசன்டேஷன் அவுட்லைன் ஸ்லைட்ல இருக்கு சார்.
பிரசன்டேஷன் அவுட், பட் அதுக்கு முன்னாடி இன்னும் வேற ஸ்லைட் இருக்குமா?
அந்த ஸ்லைடு கற்றல் என்பது வாழ்நாள் முழுவதும். அந்த ஸ்லைட் தான் சார் இருக்கு. இப்போ
அந்த ஸ்லைடு தான் இருக்குதா? பட் ஐ am unable to see. Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Now, of course, I will always tell the teachers in Tamil, கற்றல் என்பது வாழ்நாள் முழுதும் தொடரும் செயல். So when I actually started studying the engineering college and ME, I have told to everybody, as everybody thought, கற்றது கைமண்ணளவு, கல்லாதது உலகளவு. But I always think that we should not think in the negative manner. Kalladad is negative. So in positively, instead of kalladadu, I will always say karka vendiyadu. So கற்றது கைமண்ணளவு கல்லாதது கற்க வேண்டியது உலகளவு. But when I was doing my PhD, I have understood or I come to the conclusion that கற்றது கடுகளவு கற்க வேண்டியது கதிரவன் அளவு. But after started teaching the subjects, then I have come to a conclusion that கற்றது அணு அளவு கல்லாதது அளவற்றது. So we have to always learn that. Teachers should always learn. Not only teachers, everybody should always do the learning till their end. Okay. So it has been the next slide. The same thing I gave it in English. Learning is a, next slide please. Learning is a lifelong continuous process. Learned handful to be learned world size. Learned mustard size to be learned sun size. Learned atom size to be learned boundless. So now whatever we have to learn, it is actually boundless. Okay. So with this mind only, always teachers also have to always learn the thing. They have to update themselves regularly. Okay. Now this presentation, next slide please. This present, are you able to hear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this presentation outline, I have divided into 5 things. Okay. Teaching, learning, classroom teaching, online teaching, or that is e-teaching, then experience of e-teaching by school teachers of Tamil Nadu, and then conclusion. Okay. Now, of course, in teaching, learning, next slide, please. As I already told that, கற்றல் என்பது வாழ்நாள் முழுதும் கற்கும் செயல்தான். Teaching is a learning process. Okay. So that is, if you want to teach somebody whatever you wanted to teach, regarding that, you have to learn first. So teaching is a learning process. Okay. And of course, nowadays the technology and then the lot of things are available through internet, and all the students may be more knowledgeable than the teachers. Okay. So in order to teach the students now, that is students of nowadays, we have to update. The teacher has to update continuously. Okay. So in order to update continuously, what you have to do? You have to observe everything. So whether that is in your house or whether you are going out, so you have to observe whatever thing is available or whatever you are able to see or the feel, you have to observe everything. Okay. Now, and using that, you have to make those things, whatever you observe, you try to relate them to the subject which you are teaching. Okay. Then only you will be able to teach the students well. Okay. Now normally, of course, I am, that is in the introduction they have told that I am a mechanisms person. Okay. So I will be always observing, that is, you may be knowing that 4-bar mechanism, which is involving 4 links. Okay. So that is the folding chair is having a 4-bar mechanism. Then similarly, if you travel by train, in the train, to keep the water, to keep the water bottle, you can see there is a small arrangement. Now that is actually a 4-bar mechanism. Then in order during eating in the train, okay, you can keep them in a small support. That support can be actually folded. It is involving 4-bar mechanism. So like that, whatever you are seeing, observe that one, you try to relate it to your subject of teaching. Then you will be able to give more things to the students and more ideas to the students, that is, they will be able to understand the subject well. And similarly, as we are already told that teaching is a learning process. Okay. You can learn not only from the books and the other teachers. You can also learn from students. Okay, many times, as I already told that the students are more knowledgeable than teachers in some of the things. Okay, so of course, I always tell this particular example. I have actually taught more than 42 years for the student. That is, I went to the from 1978 to 2019 December. I went to teach the students in the college. More than 10,000 students I have met. Okay, out of which there was one student in 90 around 1995 or 96. He was called. His name is Shyam Sundar. Okay. Now I taught him for 3 semesters, 3 different subjects. But in all the 3 subjects, when I am asking any question in the tests or examination, he never wrote what I have taught him or what I have taught in the class in that manner. So he will be writing the answer, but correct answer, but a different manner. Okay. So, but if I am trying to look out from some other books, I may not be able to get from where he has got all these things. Okay. Now that is, he is that much intelligent and brilliant student. So I have learned many things from him. Similarly, you can learn many things from the students. So you have to also learn from the students also. And then as the fifth point, they have come here for understanding or learning the things. Okay, so only when you are friendly with the students, they will also understand, they will be behaving with you also in a friendly manner, then you will be able to teach and make the things understandable to them. So you have to always friendly with them. You never that is punish them for anything. Okay, but you can, that is, you can there is a saying that kandipu and tandipu. Kandipu irkalam, tandipu kodadu. Okay, then similarly you have to also remember that each student has different understanding capacity. Okay, there will be brilliant student as well as average student, poorly understanding student. That is, some students will be able to understand things very slowly, very slowly. Okay, so that is very, very important. So accordingly, okay, so you have to make the your lecture or whatever you are teaching such that even the very low understanding student is able to understand what you are teaching. Accordingly, you have to prepare and you have to teach. Okay, then the next one is the classroom teaching. Classroom teaching. Now that till last year, most of the teachers have taken the classes in the classroom. Okay, so in classroom there is direct contact between the teacher and the students. Okay, you can see when you are teaching that what, whether the student is able to understand it or not, which can be understood from the behavior of the students. Okay, suppose you are not teaching very well, then automatically you can see the noises will be developed from the students and students will be restless. Okay, so you can understand that one, and then accordingly you have to make yourself such that the students are that is listening. Okay, listening your lecture. Of course, there is a difference between hearing and listening. Okay, hearing is just a physical activity. You can hear it from one ear and then it can come out from the other ear. But it is also mental. Okay, so both should be there. Both should be there. So that is going to be the listen. You are going to understand that one, whatever being taught. Okay, now you have to make the students to listen your lecture. Okay, and similarly in classroom teaching, you are going to have direct communication between the teacher and the students. As already told that, okay, if you are not teaching well, that will be immediately known from the reaction from the students. And in addition to that, interaction, that is between students and teachers, can happen. If they are having any doubt, they can clear it. But the thing is, nowadays none of the students are actually interacting whatever the teacher is teaching, except giving that the whether that is, if they are not understanding it very well, noises will be there, but they will never interact when even the teacher is very that one. Of course, this thing changed, but for which the teacher has to be more friendly with the students. Then similarly, the teacher can use teaching. Now that I always like, so I have prepared for many subjects PowerPoint slides, PowerPoints, instead of course using the projector. Since the technology we have to use, I will be using that one. But I always like to have the blackboard teaching. Okay. Now, once when I was doing my PhD, for my PhD, I had to give 2 seminars. Before actually submitting the synopsis, I have to give the synopsis. Okay. Now, when I gave the first seminar, I have prepared everything in the using this. Of course, during those days, it is 25 years back, 25, 30 years back. So during those days, the PowerPoint and other things have not come, but the overhead projectors were there. In overhead projectors, we have to, using the transparent sheet, we have to write and then it has to be projected. Now, using which I have done that one, because it was attended by one of my doctoral committee member also. After the seminar was over, my research guide asked the doctoral committee member, have you understood what he has explained? He told that I was unable to understand the thing he told. The reason being, when we are doing it using the overhead project or PowerPoint, we are actually, every time we are removing the slide, and then one by one, when we are making the slides, then the slide which we are actually about which we are talking, that only will be coming into our mind. The previous slide they will be forgetting, or they will forget. So the same thing in the classroom had a big board like our, the normally nowadays in the classroom, and then in each one, before actually going to the seminar. And then when the seminar started, so that when I was actually talking, even if he is unable to understand what I have told, he can go to that particular segment and then he understanding. So next time when my guide asked me, he told that I understood everything very well. So I normally like to do it in the blackboard teaching. Okay, of course, whiteboard teaching we are using the that is the marker pen. Using marker pen we can write it, but I always feel that writing in the whiteboard is actually a difficult thing. That is, your handwriting, of course, may be not proper, like blackboard teaching. Okay. Then you can use chalk or the marker pen. You can use PowerPoint slides. Then you can have that flippers, that is the charts. You can make the charts and they can be shown. Okay, and also the components. If in engineering things we require to show components, when we are showing the component directly, the student will be able to understand the things very well. So you can use different directly. Since we are having direct contact and direct communication. Now, even now, that is, my students are actually having contact with me through the WhatsApp. Okay, whatever in my WhatsApp. Okay, now let's see the one that is related to online teaching. So as mentioned, no contact between teacher and the students. The teacher is sitting somewhere, students are sitting at home, there is no contact between teacher and the students. So no communication. Even if they want to ask some doubts and other thing, it is very difficult to do using the online teaching. Okay. Then, of course, the teacher has to imagine that students are sitting in front, and then accordingly he has to teach. That is, without audience, when you are teaching, it is actually very difficult. Okay, so you have to imagine that students are sitting. Okay, then of course in online teaching, teacher has to learn the technology. Okay, of course, I was actually doing the to learn the technology. Of course, as I already told that teaching is learning process. To learn the technology, learn the technology. Internet, smartphone facilities should be available for the students. Okay. Students. And the internet facilities also very much. Not all the students will be having the internet facilities or smartphone facilities. The students in the rural area may not have these things. Of course, this online teaching is Corona val kalatin kattayam. Okay. So due to Corona period, online teaching is a compulsory one or a must one for all of us. Then that is fourth one is actually this one, that is yesterday is actually and I am purchasing the Tamil paper Dinamani. In Dinamani supplement is actually a Magalir money. In that Magalir money, so one of the articles is actually experience of teachers, school teachers who actually the was actually they gave their opinions, from which this I have taken, since it is related to online teaching. And the even though the college teachers have started it, the recently the school teachers have started it very long time back. Okay, and as per that one, now in classroom teaching we can have care of individual student. This learn or who is very slow, we will take care of that particular student. So in the online teaching, it is not possible. It is not possible. Then in order to involvement of teacher, students, and also the parents, everything is required. All the three should coordinate properly. Then only it will work. When the teacher is teaching, when the students are not at all using their smartphone or internet facility, then there is no use of that one. So it involves involvement of teachers, students, and parents is required very much. Then in addition to, as I already told, that technology has to be from the teach the students, parents, and the teachers. Now, when you are trying to make the thing the way, since you have to make the care related to the technology, that is such that is now hearing my voice, I am asking you, and then whether you are able to see the PowerPoint, that you have to find out. So more care has to be taken on the technology, and then due to that one, the teacher may not be able to teach very well, because since he has to make more care towards the technology, that is ஒழுங்கா போய் சேருதா நம்ம என்னது நடத்துறது அப்படிங்கிற நினைக்கும் போதே சில வேளை கவனம்லாம் சிதறி போயிடும். நம்ம கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் ஆன் தி சப்ஜெக்ட் வில் பி கோயிங் ஆன். So that lead to many difficulties they mentioned. Then, since there is no contact between the students, the teacher has to prepare the lessons. The lessons and the method of giving the thing, that is whether it is going to be by the that is the text or pictures, okay, or animations, okay. So they have to prepare it very well. Since in the direct class teaching, they will be able to understand the that is the mode of the student, but here they will not be know. So they will not be knowing that one. So they have to make all these things properly in a simplified manner. They have to be prepared that one. Now that will make the students, the teacher have to work very hard, and he has to work more for making the things very simple for the students, so that they will be able to understand. Okay, so these are the things which have been given by the teachers of Tamil Nadu. The same thing is called good for engineering teachers also. Then let us come to the last portion of the lecture. So due to this online teaching, it is a new experience, learned by teacher, students and parents. அனைவருக்குமே இது ஒரு புது அனுபவம். அந்த புது அனுபவத்தை நாம் அனைவரும் using this online teaching, and then it is compulsory due to corona. Because of the corona, this online teaching is a must. Online teaching is a must nowadays. Then last, this will also pass by. So இதுவும் கடந்து போகும், இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். Now itself you can see that the corona is spreading in our country, especially in Tamil Nadu. So within 1 or 2 months, we hope so that this will go. இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். When this is going, then we will become and see more interaction with the students, and everybody will be feeling that கலகலப்பா எல்லாருமே வந்து வகுப்புகளை நிச்சயமாக நடத்த முடியும். ஆசிரியருக்கும் மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்கும், மாணவருக்கும் மகிழ்ச்சியாக இருக்கும். So I hope so. I have given something related to online teaching, and from this, of course, as I already told that the teacher should always learn. The teacher should always learn, and they have to update continuously. And I hope so. So you will be also doing the same thing, and then you try to teach everything simple to the students, so that that is their future is going to be a very good one. Okay, thank you for your patient here. Okay, thank you.
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you for your wonderful presentation, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Participants, you have any queries? Welcome. Participants, you have any queries? Please ask to our guest speakers. Kindly unmute yourself. Ask any question. Participants, you have any?
Okay.
Sir, sir, can you hear me? Sir,
Yes, yes, sir.
sir, one question.
That is one
Venkat Raju have question.
Venkatesh Raj question. Okay. Now that is, you have to and then only the students will be able to understand. As I already told, it is more work for the teachers. Okay, so of course, one difficulty is now online teaching. You may not know about the poorly understanding. Who is poorly understanding the subject? Of course, you yourself has to imagine if you are a poorly understanding student, how you will be able to try to understand the things. Then as a student, as a poorly understanding student, if you are going to teach, the student himself going to teach somebody, how he to improve, honesty should be improved. Of course, that is in now, it is not in our hands. Okay, the only thing is in simple way you can actually develop the subject to the students.
Thank you, sir. Sir, another question from Arun L. Sir, can you hear me?
Okay,
Another question from Arun.
tell me.
How do we
Okay.
care of each student?
So in online is possible, very, very difficult nowadays. Okay. Now, of course, what they are actually, of course, the teachers, school teachers have told that they are having contact with all the students through social media, of course, through WhatsApp. Okay. That is cut service. So that is, you can have the WhatsApp of all the students, WhatsApp of all the students. Then using which when I was teaching last semester and previous semester, I was teaching the subjects engineering graphics for the first year students, and for the fourth semester students of manufacturing engineering, the mechanics of machines. Okay. Now, if they are having any doubt, if there are any, even though I was regularly going to the class, during the other times when they are having any doubt, they will be asking their doubts in the WhatsApp. Then I will be explaining that thing through directly contacting them using phone, or when I am going to the class, I will be explaining those things, or in the WhatsApp by giving the write-ups with figures and other things I was explaining to them. So using WhatsApp, you can explain the doubts, or you can clear the doubts of the students. So you have to have WhatsApp with your students. Is it understood?
Yes, sir. Any questions from participant side? Any other questions? Okay, sir. Sir, thank you for your wonderful presentation and passion answering for all the questions, sir. Thank you for your valuable time spent with us, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
All the staff members, including the Mr. Shanmo Sundar. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, participants, kindly fill the feedback form and the attendance form in chat box. Please note it. Kindly fill the feedback form and submit. So next session will start 2:30 p.m. So all of you kindly join the session sharply 2:30 p.m. Thank you.
Shanmo Sundar.
Sir,
Shanmo
Sundar, sir.
Please, I thank the participants also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thank you.